Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got this beginner mouthpiece from Giardinelli. I was so blown away by the response and the playability of the tenor one. I decided to get the alto to see if that magic still carried across, so I'm really excited about doing this. I'm going to use this compass ligature. I wanted to show you guys this book because I just recently picked this up. I'll talk about this a little bit. I'm going to use my Van Doorn Red Box 2.5 reeds with this. So normally I would unbox this, but it just came in one of those terrible bags in a box. So expect that if you decide to pick one of these up. All right, I'm going to use this compass ligature. I've been having a hard time finding these online recently, but I am going to use this. This fits on pretty much the Autolink style hard rubber mouthpieces for tenor. This fits on a bunch of alto saxophone mouthpieces. This is very versatile mouthpiece. I don't particularly like the clicking sound, but it's really handy to just grab a ligature off of a different size saxophone that fits on a different mouthpiece. So, all right, there you go. Let's remove this mouthpiece saver and see how much this thing weighs. $23.56 grams. Alrighty, let's play this thing and see what we got. Not bad at all. Okay, so when I was first playing this mouthpiece, I was having some difficulty with the resistance. I pretty much just took the Van Doorn Red Box 2.5 from the Van Doorn A6 Plus mouthpiece and put it on here, and that reed was just way too stiff, way too resistant. So I switched over. For this one, I'm using the Van Doorn Green Box number 2, and it's really easy to play, but it still has that resistance. The tenor mouthpiece has that resistance more in the lower register. This one has it in the lower register and in the upper register, but it's a nice sweet spot. Let me play the tenor one a little bit for you, then you can get an idea of both of these mouthpieces. So for my tenor setup on this, for this video, I'm using this cannonball ligature here. It covers up the Giardinelli sound a little bit. Of course, I got my mouthpiece protector here, but I'm using the Royals by D'Addario. This is the 2.5. I normally play the Red Box 2.5 for these without any issue. All right, let's hear what this thing sounds like. Okay. Let's play these two mouthpieces together. If only there was a piece I could play that could showcase that. you like this kind of content and you want to support the channel, you can buy me a delicious piece of cake. It's like Patreon or Kickstarter, one of these kind of things, one of these donation type of things. And I appreciate those of you who have done that. Thank you a lot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this was a lot of fun showcasing this Giardinelli Alto Saxophone mouthpiece. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think that these both, they actually are beginner saxophone mouthpieces. However, I think that they are most ideally situated for the advancing beginner. The amount of resistance that's in the alto can actually cause some very serious problems for someone who is an absolute beginner. When I was in junior high and high school, I was in something called state solo and ensemble. And this is basically where you prepare a piece and then you go in front of a judge, in front of your peers, and then you get a rating system that was basically 5 being the worst and 1 being the best. Stuff like that. That's when the individual saxophone player, the student, wants to start to develop their own kind of sound. This alto mouthpiece with a stiffer cut reed is generally, in my opinion, a nice gateway into playing classical music. And with the green box Van Doren that I use today, it made for a really nice jazz piece. It still has some resistance in typical areas of the saxophone with this mouthpiece, but it's a really nice sound, and I think that it pays off. The tenor, on the other hand, has the resistance mostly in the lower register, and it's a little better balanced overall for any kind of music. I think that these mouthpieces are better than the Yamaha 4C or the Yamaha Plastic C-Class mouthpieces for the advancing beginner. For an absolute beginner, absolutely positively, the Yamaha 4C, I still rank those as being the highest. They're very easy to play, but they do have a more generic kind of sound, which makes them excellent for pretty much any kind of style that you are looking for. Plus, they come in a wide variety of tip openings. I've only ever seen these mouthpieces just come with no designation of a tip opening, which I think is a disservice to us, the consumer, and to Giardinelli. They really need to expand upon these. These are really good mouthpieces for what they are, but understand what they are before you buy them, and that is they are ideally situated for the advancing beginner. As a professional saxophonist, I would have no problems playing these on gigs at all. Just make sure you do, like I always recommend that you do when you try mouthpieces, and that is make sure you have a variety of reed types to suit the mouthpiece. Like I said earlier, I used a reed that was essentially too stiff, and I had a heck of a time playing on this really low tip opening mouthpiece. But it made for a really nice classical approach and a classical sound. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.